AV SuperFriends On Topic is an independent production wholly owned and operated by AV SuperFriends LLC. For the highest quality recording of all of our shows, visit avsuperfriends.com. This is AV SuperFriends On Topic, a 30-minute monthly roundtable focused on a single topic. This discussion will be opinionated, to the point, and saturated with our well-known blend of painfully won expertise and deeply ingrained immaturity. Audio works better when I route it appropriately. For January 2026, it's the best sounding and most under-documented podcast in higher ed. This is the AV SuperFriends On Topic, episode number 66.
66?
Broadcasting live across the country from campuses still running our December finals to those who are already closed for the extended break. We're taking one last look at 2025 before we collectively pretend we're all going to do better in 2026. So this is going to be our New Year's special. It's like half retrospective,
So excited.
half speculation. Figure that one out. So, I'm Chris Dechter, and it's time for another Friday afternoon podcast adventure with the AV SuperFriends, and let's say hello to today's panel. And yes, as Justin will point out momentarily, it is a Larry-free Friday.
That's right. Imagine that.
Hopefully
Shocker.
he's listening and will give us a crap on the stream. So.
I'm shocked that Larry's not here on a Friday.
Let's go through our panel of fine super friends.
Shocked.
Our first panelist is responsible for the holistic care and mental health of all the network devices experiencing uptime fatigue. He's an assistant director of firmware wellness from Kansas City. Say hello to Mr. Jamie Reinhardt.
It's a very simple resolution to some of these things. It's just unplug. Unplug for a little while, let the clock reset.
Grandmaster clock?
Doesn't matter, just unplug. Just unplug.
That's depressing. Our next panelist designs systems where no one, not even the IT team, is entirely sure what that room is supposed to be doing. He's a lead architect for spatially ambiguous digital experiences from Corvallis, Oregon. Say hello to Mr. Mark Kolozinski.
Where we're going, nobody's ever gone before. We're not sure what it looks like. We're not sure what it's going to do. But stick around, and we'll figure it out together.
So you're going to take the things that I believe even farther than I ever have before.
The things you have no idea even exist.
Things you didn't know that you need.
Yes. We're going to make sure they work.
And our final panelist oversees enterprise-wide initiatives to ensure that no one feels left out in cross-departmental deployments. He's a vice president of operational synergies from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Say hello to Mr. Justin Rexing.
I feel like you're copying and pasting a lot of these now. Like,
There's
wasn't
only
that
so
the
many
same
vice
as last
presidents.
week?
No, I could look
For a
up
moment,
vice-
I heard like vice president.
Vice president of operations. There's a lot of words here I got to read. So. And
There's
scroll
word
and
salad.
hit buttons and all sorts of things.
Wow.
So anyway, on today's show, we're going to be discussing our predictions for 2026. And almost more importantly, we're going to see how well we did with our predictions from last year.
Or dictations.
Predictions from last year. But first, a little bit of housekeeping as we normally do. So if you are listening to this later as a recorded MP3, we do stream these live every Friday at about 3:15 Eastern or 12:15 Pacific, or whenever we get our act together.
We were
which
close today. This is
usually
probably as close as
we're
we've
much
been.
later than we were. Yeah, this was we were much better today. So you can join us for that on Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
Because we didn't have Larry.
You can
Why?
jump in the
It's
chat.
better.
You can heckle us politely. You can, bring up a lot of stuff that we're not paying attention to. So if you still can't join us on those live streams, you can follow us on all the socials, on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Blue Sky. Basically anywhere that we can shovel content in front of you, we are probably there. I've got a few more I'm working on as well to get some additional platforms out there. But search for AV SuperFriends on the socials. We are out there. So. Also,
Larry's not. He's gone.
Larry's only on the socials yelling about football. That's all he
Larry can fix
Larry
this, by the way. This is on Larry. He
Whoa,
could.
whoa, come on.
This is also
He's
our
in the
first
middle
show.
of an epic right now.
We'll talk about that in a minute. This is also our
Furniture.
first show of a new year. So this is, new year, new resolutions, new clean slate. So why don't you start by helping us, as your first resolution. So share the show with your friends, your coworkers, your enemies, your boss, your boss's boss, your boss's boss's boss. Maybe that random student who keeps asking if the projectors are Bluetooth compatible, whatever the heck that means. Just spread the word out there, get it out there. If you want to really start your year right, consider supporting the show because your contributions help us to keep bringing you the brutally honest content that you apparently crave And somehow we are still allowed to publish. And I do see all of you out there publishing your end-of-year reviews on Spotify and, all these other things. And I appreciate how high in the rankings we are up there. So thank you very much for that.
We are.
Yes, very much so.
Surprisingly, yes.
So,
No thanks to Larry.
good Lord, Justin.
No, we did,
Jeez.
but this year we resolved to hear from you all more. We wanted more engagement, challenge us more, ask us questions, keep us
Jump in the chats right now, the streaming thing you're listening on, and yell at us.
People are confused,
ask
like
a
it's not
question.
next year yet, but it is. Let's just pretend.
True. If you're listening to this later, you missed the opportunity, and we'll do that later. So, anyway, so thanks for all of your thank you all for your support. We couldn't do it without you. All right,
We got there.
good Lord, a lot of stuff going on here. So we're going to jump right into it. No news, no other topics. Whatnot. We're going to go right into our predictions
No news
from
anymore.
last year and see how well we did. And these shows usually take a while, so we'll see what we got here. All right, we're going to start with Mark because it's the top of my list here.
Okay.
In 2025 or in 2024 for 2025, Mark predicted that he and you even came out guns blazing and said this is called the year of the kit and the end of the standard. That is to say, the standard bills of material or standard room types are going to go away. You're simply just going to have an assortment of bits and bobs and parts that you use everywhere, and you will assemble them like a Lego or an erector set into different things.
I like it. I'm still with it. We're there.
I'll let Jamie and
I think no
Justin
matter what, I'm getting
respond to
half
that,
a
but-
point for this. I'm
I'm
getting on
not
board
sh-
with a half a point.
I'm not sure what you even mean by that. Did I question the meaning of that when you
Told
first
you
said it
we're going
last
to be
year?
way out in the future here, and so stick around.
This is 1 year predictions and you just admitted that yours is way in the future. So
Well, no, it was earlier on.
that's 1 year.
So do any of you have standard kit? A common kit of parts, tools, widgets that you use more often than not? Or are you still like, we need this 16 by 16 thing, and I'm going to put these encoder.
No, I buy exclusively
transmitters
all-in-ones.
and blah, 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 blah. Or all-in-wonders. Or have you gotten to the point where you're like, you know what, this encoder, this decoder, and this switch gives me the ability to build nearly everything that I have?
Are we still talking about AV over IP?
I didn't bring it up.
Have you?
What did you just describe?
You said the words.
All right. Well, anyway, we're gonna have to keep this short because we need to move on. I'm gonna say so. My evaluation of this is no. We still build systems the same way we've always done it. So
Wrong.
all right. You also said that 2025 would be the year of the ACPR in that specific term, but you meant by which you mean the auto camera presets. That'll be the year of the auto camera preset system races because Crestron jumped in. Lumens, so I'll give you half a credit on this one because Lumens has also jumped in on this, and I suspect we'll see more because it's relatively low threshold to do this sort of thing.
Everybody's talking about it, though. You have to admit you've heard a lot about automation of camera presets and recalling these
and
things by way of
specifically
triangulating data from the beamforming microphones.
Yes, so it's preset recall based on audio positioning, audio telemetry. That is becoming more common, but I think what we're seeing is the edge analytics methodology of the device itself being able to auto steer good enough that's going to overtake.
Good enough may become good enough. If not, default to a more complicated system.
You need more stuff, more boxes.
More stuff, more boxes, more wires.
You also said this year was going to be you said a lot. There's 4 total here. You
Mark
said
does
this is
say
going
a
to be
lot.
the year of the API that would circumvent control systems and allow point-to-point communication between devices and specifically the PC being able to talk to direct devices via an API. And I'm going to give you partial credit on that one because there is this open AV standard. Blah, blah, blah,
That
blah.
wasn't the one I was talking about.
I know. I'm just saying that did come out and announce. But we're still not there yet because we're not seeing a huge amount of buy-in from large players. So I would say check back at the end of this year. and see
I
where
will.
we've gotten to.
I do believe that the API thing is still growing exponentially, but not necessarily in this traditional AV domain.
Yeah,
But that's not what this prediction was about.
Oh, this is AV. Oh, sorry.
I'll
Let
even
me take
go
it back
so far
from
as to
last year.
say like a 3/4 there, because what we're seeing is that even some of the big players are starting to want to get into the rooms game, which has to open that up in one way or another. And so if you want to use a rooms system with traditional AV gear, those communications are now happening. And so I'll give you a
And a
3/4.
poorly written API is your pathway.
Well, I think there's also the world of all the cloud monitoring and all that API-ish stuff seems to be coming on hot and heavy right now, and that wouldn't be possible without
Well,
it.
and a lot of this goes back decades to PJ Link. That stuff has been out there. So, but wrapping that all in a way to allow communication. And so, Jamie, I thought you were going to bring this one up. The one that I find intriguing, and it is a small widget, but direct into this because Mark is still big on the computer being the center and being able to talk to these devices. Magewell's new NDI to USB Dealy Boober does have an API you can write to, does allow the PC itself to be doing the switching of streams and all the rest, so giving you that level of control that ordinarily would be limited to a full control system, now being able to drive that through software from the computer. So
Take the PC, put it in
Baby
a
steps.
shelf, make it look like it's a single RU black thing with a bunch of I/O on it. Like, here it is.
Yep, and the little push button control things, and I mean it's
yeah,
like I said,
companion
3/4.
and the Scarhoy stuff, and there's interesting stuff out there driving that. So anyway,
Okay.
I think it's coming closer. It's not there
Finally.
yet. It's not
Finally.
a full point.
final. I'll give 3/4 of a point. Final prediction.
Okay.
Justin, this is Mark's prediction.
Oh, that's right.
It's
Okay,
this
yes.
one. Justin will have to support the College of Business. Getting closer. It's
Man,
getting
that's
closer.
almost a
It's
3/4
coming.
point.
I'm
You know
gonna
what?
I'm gonna
You know
double down
the
on that one
honest
again this
answer
year.
to that, which I would have. This is like 10,000 to 1 bet. Is that the integrator would not be done by end of 2025 with
You
that
can't talk
project.
about your predictions. This was Mark's predictions.
This is me.
That's what I wish I would have said that in my.
Wait, you
like-
can't go back and retroactively
I
predict things from last year.
I just said I
prediction
wish I would
episode.
have said that as a prediction.
All right, well,
He
Much less
predicts
support it. We
between
can't
now
support
and
something
the
if it's
end
not
of
done.
2025.
It's not
It
even
won't be
done yet.
on Mark's prediction, I'm going to give that a to be determined. Check back in 2026. We'll see how. Anyway,
It's still not
The
happening.
saga continues.
saga continues.
We're,
All right,
we're
Justin.
close.
Justin's predictions from last year.
Yeah.
You said
What did I
in
say?
2025, you said there will be no more consultants on WKU projects. WKU will design it. WKU will hand it to an integrator, then ask for only basic configurations, and then WKU will come in with their own program and recommission the entire space and all of that. And I will give you a half credit because you guys are
That's
indeed moving that
50%.
direction. Yes.
But there's some weirdness to this. So the full story.
No, it's one or the other. You said
No, it's
will
50%.
Will
but
not,
I,
will not,
but with an
will not.
asterisk 666.
Oh, my
So
How do you spell that?
ASTRX. So if we take the first part, no more consultants on WKU projects. So that part's wrong.
You're right.
What's weird is this next part.
Litigate
We
this whole
design
thing,
it. We oversee the integrator. We sign off on it's done. I designed the Cherry Hall, and that was going that way, and everybody has agreed upon that. However, my feeling is that
How are your
we're
feelings
being
about
lied
that?
to, maybe, and that won't happen, even though that's in the contract documents, and that's what's being bid on. So I still am waiting to believe that to be true, even though it's heading down that road. Then the new one that's coming up, and I was just telling them over Discord about this earlier, is that they're using my designs for building A. I haven't been in one meeting about this other building that they hired this other consultant from Chicago, and they started the needs analysis meeting showing the clients my schematics and explaining what my schematics were from building A's design. And you know what? You know who this consultant is? I'll just say it. It's Shin. Shin's doing that.
You love it, right?
So I'm just curious as to, I'm not even at the table. I have no idea.
If only you would have
What's
NFT'd
going on?
that, then you could have got the royalties off of it. But
I have
4 years ago, when Mark
This is
predicted
just brand-
NFTs everywhere, you didn't listen.
This is just brand new news to me. And I'm like, well, if you do that, you're probably going to still fail because I don't design.
Well, Justin, the trick is design stuff poorly and then see where they use it.
There you go.
Be ever more popular.
Careful, you're going to get a job as a consultant. All right. So I will like on my notes here, 50% credit. I said literally baby steps towards this. So you are indeed moving that direction. We'll see where the next year brings. You also said in 2025 there would be new solutions for medium conference rooms. And I'm not really sure where you're going with
Medium?
Partial credit,
I'm going to bring
I
that up.
guess.
So I'm going to say there are
There's
these
not-
sort of things coming from places where we didn't necessarily think they would be coming from. And I'll talk about medium conference rooms here in a minute. But, there's interesting stuff coming from Neat or from Logitech or sort of from Biamp a little bit.
Like we talked about this as a problem where we have nice solutions for small,
Yep.
nice solutions for big, and there's nothing in the middle. And maybe there's some of that I see, like some smaller conference bars.
We're
but
starting to
I don't know.
see some stuff come out that might work. And I'm going to bring that up as one of mine here.
So I don't know. Maybe
There's
that's.
some
I'm
interesting
not
stuff
even
coming
sure.
From, stuff coming from QSIS in January through Activate.
That was more of me trying to just be hopeful versus like
Wish
I know
casting?
this is going to happen.
I would like that too, because that's a
Yeah.
huge issue for me. So, all right. So that was your predictions for 2025. For Jamie, you're for 2025. You said more Microsoft, more problems, and that is to say, as people delve into Teams rooms, MTRs, etc., and they have to get more on the side of like the access to the software and configuration stuff that they need access to. AV teams will most likely not have access to that. And as systems move into that realm, AV teams will become less relevant because they won't have the software and permissions access, the administrative access they need to actually go in and maintain and
reading my
support these
paper?
systems.
You're reading
No,
my
I'm.
paper.
This is
You
what
just
was
read
said
my
last year.
paper. Okay.
Your AI generated paper. So on that one, I give you a score of to be determined because you're not wrong, but we're not seeing that widespread yet.
Yeah, widespread is the key there. It did
people
not
are-
go as widespread as I thought it would.
People are doing everything they can to not have to deal with that.
Jamie, you also predicted the DV LED will become much more budget friendly and will be commonplace in classrooms. And this led to an argument as to how many number of rooms, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think we're seeing that yet.
I think the appetite is growing.
It is more budget friendly.
It
The
is
market
more budget
has
friendly,
not,
but
has not come.
It is
well,
not
the whole,
commonplace.
Yeah.
Yet, but I think the next prediction will
coming.
be one of the reasons why it's not.
I mean,
well, and to that end, I've had DV LED manufacturers say, as part of large classroom projects I'm doing, hey, can we bid an alternate? Can we work with an integrator and other people to bid an alternate to your projection systems with DV LED? And I'm like, well, that's fine, but what you're not going to do is talk about the power needs, the construction, the reconfiguration of the space. There's a lot more moving pieces to it than simply screen plus
you don't
projector.
just buy this box and open it up in a room. It doesn't solve
Right,
all your problems.
Well,
Come on now.
but I think I was referring more to the all-in-wonders.
Yes, no, I'm
like
you're
the
not wrong.
110s to the 119, 20s, and all
Calm
that.
down. It's getting there.
135, 165,
The
200.
norm
yeah.
that can run off a normal 110 outlet. And, yes,
They can.
but anyway,
They still require very specific
shoot, no,
mounting
no.
issues and things,
Just
so it becomes
put
a
it on
pain,
the
so.
wall. It's fine. It's fine.
0
So
was that score.
all right, you also said that tariffs will affect electronics. I'm sorry, I misread that. Tariffs will affect pricing, and electronics will thus become hard to get. And I don't think we saw that. So
Well, the pricing, yes,
Pricing
and they're
did go
more
up,
expensive, so they're harder to get.
and
are they hard to get? That's too
Hard
No.
to get is a different. That's a perspective. Are you talking like there's a lot
Yeah.
of friction in the process, or I don't have
No.
the money anymore?
Are
There
they
for a while.
available to purchase?
If I
They
have
are
money
available.
and I buy it, will it show up in a reasonable time?
Well, reasonable time was what I was struggling with this year.
There was a lot of talk about this at the end of last year, that there would be similar
I
to
had-
the supply chain issues we saw back in 2021 when companies literally took time off.
Prices
Hey,
are
remember
going
when
up
that
again, though.
factory burned down?
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, and I did have, around the fiscal year, so there in May and June, I did have a lot of things that were held up on boats someplace. I had a lot of budgetary line items I had to carry from last year to this year because they didn't show up after 2 months.
What were you
So
ordering?
there
Well,
was
what do
some
you do?
impact.
Don't worry about it. It wasn't there.
Yeah, I didn't have that problem.
Yeah, I had
On the
multiple.
coast, hanging out in a container.
I did
somewhere.
over 100 spaces this year, and I had 0 issue. I mean, minor
Well, that's
things.
what
This
you
thing's
get
back.
for. It's because you're buying it from Micro Center and
It all come from the
just going
same
up the
place.
street.
Yes, that's exactly where I'm getting it from.
Yeah.
Where the hell's the closest micro center?
For
Ohio?
you, I don't know. That's
What's a micro center?
It's
Is
like
that like a
Fry's.
small Walmart?
It's like a Fry's
Fry's,
that doesn't exist anymore
Fry's.
either. So
Okay.
Circuit City.
it's
also
a
doesn't
nerd-
Is that a
It's
West
like-
Coast thing?
it's like a Circuit City.
No,
No,
it's all
how about a
over.
Radio Shack? No, it's not that either.
I
Anyway,
don't know how big
list.
they are, but it's a thing.
Okay.
so
Sears
the last one is Larry's predictions from last year.
Larry, imagine if he
Larry
was here.
said digital accessibility, the digital accessibility act will start affecting learning spaces. Not yet. Any content that goes on the projection screen must be compliant, sort of. AV teams will need to think about how to empower students to use their own devices and see and hear all classroom content. He had this whole thing, and I like his concept of let's get it to their screens, not have to worry about it on the big screen sort of thing. My comment on this is I would say across the board on this one, I think he's too early. He's wrong. He's wrong in that sense. The only company who did this was Epiphan because they're awesome. Go buy a bunch of their stuff. Not kidding.
What?
Yeah, I don't know who else is doing this stuff.
What
but
are you talking about here?
What
you have
what
to
product did
caption
you just
everything.
invent?
So,
Yes, you have to caption everything that's going to be delivered by the web.
Yes.
Doesn't mean you have to caption everything that's going to be delivered by a screen.
and that's where this act is written in kind of a very strange way, and then they have state laws coming out on top of that, which would even make it worse. But yeah, so
We're not doing either, probably. I don't
Yes,
know.
we
Not yet.
went through a whole thing. Anything that's uploaded and going to be distributed by way of our LMS must be captioned.
correct.
Yes.
Whole
And the
stop.
cool thing is there's automated systems out there that will check all that for you and then go ping the people who uploaded said content and say, this is now your problem.
And then it'll do it all for you, and you still have to go through and check it and make sure it's accurate.
All right. Larry also said compute appliances should have dual NICs to become the bridge between private islands and the enterprise network so he can run stuff like Dante Domain Manager and AV over IP arrangers and stuff like that on the local compute that he can't do now because his network is super duper segmented island town. So, and I said my comment on that one is I don't think that sort of thing exists, though there are special PCs out there that have dual NIC, but
So I will say this: the Liberty Arrangers and a few older ones, like the first gen, did have that, and then they took it away and were like, "You idiots need to do your networks correctly."
Well, and
so
the-
here's
the-
one network port.
the challenge with a lot of the devices that have
Fly
dual
that down.
NICs is it's a software-driven NIC, and that won't pass the security muster.
Yeah,
So-
that too.
I mean, there's some hardware out there I've seen that has multi-NIC just for that same philosophical approach.
Or you can buy QSys with like 72 on the back.
Yeah.
It's not a network switch somehow.
Or you just buy
Still
a
a
network
DSP.
switch and do it
yeah.
that
Networks,
way,
but yeah, flag it down, do it.
They got 4 now on their 20. What is it? The
I don't
24 24F.
Don't buy big DSPs, people.
I don't
All right.
know.
And then Larry's final prediction was AI will start putting pressure on, and I'm going to editorialize on his comment. He said AI will start putting pressure on knowledge workers. I'm going to editorialize to say AI will start putting pressure on shitty knowledge workers.
Of course.
So if you're somebody
Yeah.
whose job can be replaced by AI, start getting your resume polished.
check out AI.
I think-
It'll do that for you.
But Larry was talking specifically within the realm of AV and IT, design, engineering, that sort of thing. We haven't seen that yet. There's a number of products that purport to do it. They do not do it well.
There
They
was
are not ready for prime time.
I saw a presentation by a couple of folks that is leading me to believe that I can lean into some AI, do some of this automated design process. They look like people in this call with me right now.
You can automate some of the work in it, but what it does, there's no system out there that does the holistic thing that
I'm
we all
not,
do.
I'm not
when we
talking
stand in the
about
space.
CAD jockey, and that's not what I'm talking about.
I didn't say anything about
Yeah,
that.
okay.
There's a lot more moving pieces than doing math on how big a screen needs to be or how many speakers you need in a room. There's a lot more going on there. So
I think if that's where you find yourself and you, if your job is primarily clicking buttons on a computer, I don't care what the industry is, you should be nervous because AI is coming.
or what if you just get better at AI?
Put that down as his thing.
Yeah. No, I got other versions. It's coming, but
Okay. Let me see. I didn't do mine. All right. So I said last year, Crestron will announce 10 gig AV over IP and claim they invented it. They did not. So I was wrong on that. This one, I said it as a joke, but I was right.
oh, of course.
Ready for it? Clear One
Oh my God.
will sue themselves and implode. And I'm going to give myself 75% credit on that because that's not what happened, but that happened. So
Yeah, well,
they
Okay.
sold themselves off. And no one saw
they
that one coming.
imploded. That's
Yes.
correct.
I also said USB-C, and I specify here USB-C with DisplayPort alt mode. So the proper USB-C
The real one.
will be established enough that we'll design systems with it from the very beginning by the end of 2025. And we talked about this specifically. You can go back and listen. No cheating by simply immediately converting it to HDMI plus USB and doing it that way. We are still not seeing that widespread, but we are seeing it that is actually starting to kind of roll. There are products out there. There are ecosystems. There are little, extender widgets and encoders and things that handle USB-C appropriately from beginning to end. But a lot of us just convert stuff to HDMI because it's easier. Let's see. I said smaller players will become common in our systems. The Magewells, Visionaries, Zilliqa, Audio-Technica, etc. I will give myself about 25% credit. That is happening, but not to the scale that we thought it would. I said QSC will finally buy Visionary. No, wrong on that one. I said one of us will build multiple teaching spaces with all-in-one LEDs, and we specified it had to be at least 6 in the conversation there. I don't think that's happened yet.
Oh, did we specify 6?
Yes, we did. We went round and round about the number.
I went halfway.
You did a room with 3?
I got 3.
All right. And I said my final prediction was one of us will get a new employer or a new boss. And I'll give myself like 10% credit because I don't have a new boss, but my boss has a new boss. Does that count?
I lost
A little bit,
technically
maybe.
my boss's boss, and that person went to become Chris's new boss.
Yeah. So
Just weird.
but not what
Which
we
that
really
doesn't
meant.
make it a new boss because that was the boss that the boss was.
Right. So I don't know where
So
that
you
really
already
fits.
recycled that boss.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Right.
Alrighty, so that was 2025. We did awesome there. I think I would say collectively we were somewhere between 25 and 50%. Yeah. All right. Now we'll roll back to the top here. Mark, what is your predictions for 2026? What are we going to see in
let's
that
go around and
one?
do one first, and we'll kind of see if there's extra credit. So I think this is going to be the year of the WYSIWYG. The vibe coding stuff is going to hit our control systems, our configuration system. I think that stuff that they tried 5 or 6 years ago, I think we're going to see AI configurator tools run amok this year.
Jamie, what was the one we messed with the AMX one? Rapid Project.
Yeah, exactly.
something.
I think that stuff's going to hit.
Hot dog crap is what that was.
And
Hot
but
dog
for
crap?
some folks it might be cool. And we've already seen versions of this, but I think this year that whole just tell it what kind of space you want to make it, and it's gonna it'll do these things for you. So I think that WYSIWYG editor is gonna come back huge this year and catch people.
Did you trademark that name?
No, I'm not gonna.
What, WYSIWYG?
That's been around forever.
That's been since like the early 90s.
Yeah, and so I think that
Now wait,
leakage of AI.
I have to ask a follow-up question. So this is the vibe, the AI-driven vibe
the
coding.
vibe coding, yeah, the vibe coding of WYSIWYG is gonna come
but
in.
from like our traditional control manufacturers coming. Oh, interesting. Okay.
The Tron Assistas of the world are going to deploy their WYSIWYG in their ecosystems, and I will even say you're going to see it in some DSPs as well. You're going to say, "Oh,
I can believe
this
that.
is the vibe thing. Just describe the room," and it's going to just do it for you.
Really
What do you feel like?
All glass.
How do you
all
want this room
concrete.
to feel when you're done? And then it's going to do it for you. It's going to be nice.
I would like to be Sydney Opera House inside of the all glass and all concrete 12 by 12 brick shit house.
Exactly.
Could
You
I
think that's
interest
gonna-
you in a
that's gonna
Meyer
work?
sound constellation?
Are you predicting that somebody's just going to come out with that and be like, here, try this? Or you think it's actually going to work?
They're going to just roll it out, and you're not going to have to use it until
No,
one
I
of them
think-
corners somebody and says, "This is the only way it
The
works."
existence of the tool is the prediction, not that it works.
No, yeah, exactly.
And
We've seen
Justin, I
enough
think,
of this stuff in the past.
Justin, I think to your comment there, I think we'll see it as a parallel because they've done this in the past with the what Crestron Studio.
They've already
and
threatened, man. It's coming.
AMX had the RPM, and there's another one out there. But yeah, the easy just click and drag. Oh,
Yeah.
AV Framework is one thing. Click and drag your stuff around. It's already built in.
And it's gonna give you the nice report, like, oh, here's your configuration, here's your eyes and nose, and would you like me to put together a switch configuration for you? And it'll do that for you also, and just click the things you're going
And
to
it also
have,
won't
it'll
be
walk
correct,
through.
but yeah.
No, and it won't be correct, but
Right.
it'll get you somewhere.
What else you got?
What else do I have? I have this is also the year of kind of that 10 gig conversation maybe goes away.
Wait, what?
Goes away.
Yes, I
Damn
think
it! I
goes
thought you were going the
away?
other way.
no, I think it just people. It's like, oh, you got to have all this stuff. I think it just naturally becomes nobody cares. I don't think 10 gig as a defined thing. You must have this thing.
Well,
if
I
you
hope
wanna do it.
people would be
I
like,
think it
why
goes
do
away.
I really need 10 gig? Like, what is
Right.
that solving for me?
I think
8K.
Like, just ask those questions.
Whatever.
And then you're like, well, nothing. So
yeah, but there's
most
a lot
spaces don't need it.
No, most don't, and I think even there's a comfortable place in between there. And it's not necessarily needing to commit to having everything be 10 gig all the way through because I don't think it really matters all that much.
But what about for my large language model processing?
No, nope. And then I'll put one more kind of quick one in here, a little more provocative. The digital twin room. This is some school will say we're doing a full digital twin classroom, and it'll be there. And it's not the Second Life thing, but the whole kind of every connection, all the state, all the devices. We're going to have it all. It's going to be in some platform in the sky as the digital twin of our learning environment. It's coming too.
So
I
second,
don't know what that means.
I know it's terrible, but it's I think
put on your goggles, Chris.
not
Is
your
this the
goggles.
Go to his
metaverse?
classroom.
Is this the
Not the
metaverse coming back?
Not the metaverse.
It sounds like the
goggles.
digital twin metaverse. Blah
No,
blah.
that it's more based on kind of the
Where did the metaverse
the
go?
true state of all the things. You can see here's all your stuff in the room. Here's where all the people are in your room. We can start to track all the pieces and all that
Ooh,
stuff.
can you do people counting?
Only in Spain.
Only if it costs $10,000
Yes, we can do
per
people
person.
counting. Yep. 42 million
demos of that
for
for
10
decades.
rooms is what we want.
There's 8 people in there. Who cares?
Right, exactly. It's coming. That stuff, we'll see some version of it, of a platform that's going to offer it. You can have this and have a digital representation of every one of your classes as a service.
I can see the data and metrics side definitely happening.
Yeah. So
But the visual virtual representation thing is weird.
yeah. Okay. Well, those are the three I have, and then we'll see if we have time for one more. And we get all back.
I
You got a
have
clock
seen-
here. I think you got to keep me on a clock.
I forgot to start it, so it's didn't help. I have seen demos of that sort of thing, talking about where people are located in a room and what they're doing, and then it'll start to predict. Oh, I can recognize that person, and oh, they've got a meeting at 2:00, so they need to wrap this one up. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, I can see why you're doing it, or I can see what you're doing here, but why? Why? I don't care.
So that we can give more personalized learning experiences, Chris. That's it.
Well, it's to stop people from going and littering in someone else's trash can, I guess.
That's not your trash can. That's mine. Keep your trash out of there.
So the following people have been putting their trash in the recycle, and here's the. So,
Yes.
anything else on your?
Straight to the
Is that your predictions?
That's my predictions for now.
Okay, that's it.
We'll come back. Yep.
Okay, Justin, go.
So I've got a few or a couple or some number here. They're going to go from like probably going to happen to what the hell are you talking about? Number one, which is going to be 100%. What is this?
Yeah, don't care, Joe.
Blah, blah, goggles, virtual 3D model in
So-
space and Mars and
Friend of the
what,
show, Joe
Joe?
Way, got all upset about my commentary that says digital twinning is more than having a virtual 3D model of a space. It's about aggregating data to create a hyper-personalized experience that addresses
not
the need
say
of the
that?
individual.
Did I not say that?
I'll predict
don't-
right now, not going to happen, don't care, no one cares. Move on.
It's happening.
I don't-
I'm with you, Joe. We're going.
Okay.
We're going there.
I still have rooms where the light switches don't turn on when you walk in because the little clicky thing's not wired.
If you had
correctly,
digital
so
twin, it didn't matter. Lights would be on for you.
I'll just leave
why
on
does
24/7.
that-
Bam!
But
Ha!
what if I want them off?
You can have
Yeah,
off. It's
my
your
personal experience is I want
this
all the
like
lights
a-
off.
Amazon Alexa thing?
Do you want it to be?
No.
By the way, notice no one's predicting that crap anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just
No.
wait. I haven't gone yet.
Jamie, I will delete your segment from the show if you predict that.
Challenge accepted.
What about me? What about my list?
What about you?
Go.
What is your list? Go.
All right, number one.
You said
back
you got
where-
numbers.
Yeah, number one, starting with one, AI is going to help me design better.
That's not a prediction.
Yeah, it is. I'm
In
predicting.
process. All right. Anyway, next two.
Better. How do I measure that? How do you want to measure better?
It's just
A
better
metric of
mark,
success here. Yeah.
faster, better,
Bolder,
More
meaner,
stronger.
stronger.
more lights and gizmos. Number two,
All right. Keep that one vague. Moving on.
this become like a little bit more stupid. I think more and more and more manufacturers are going to do more and more and more PoE speakers to conform with like Microsoft Teams rooms and stupid shit
I
like
don't
that.
think Microsoft Teams Room gives a shit about PoE.
I know. I don't. I'm just saying that's what's going to happen.
Well,
I don't know if that's.
You'll probably see more PoE speakers. I'm not sure what the purpose of them is, other than to,
Well, you can certify them with Teams and Zoom and do your stupid certifications that don't matter.
do you know what a lot of driving that market is coming from structured cable companies, so they don't have they can take
you have to
one type of
electricians.
cable to a job site and use it for everything.
I think you'll see more things that are magically under 100 watts that are powered by PoE, shit that you've never heard of before. You're like, wow, that's a clever use for a toilet.
And this does
POE
tie-
toilet? Oh, write it down.
Exactly.
My
does-
toilet doesn't have power now. Like
But
what?
it ties
Your
right
digital
back
twin
in,
version would.
ties right back into having like APC being the digital universe. Because now your audio can come straight from your device and go straight to the speakers, and there's no amp, there's no DSP, there's nothing.
API, all day, every day.
Wasn't that the promise of the Dante virtual sound card?
Which kind of works if it didn't require elevated
Right. Which is
privileges and
I like that there was a pause and then like which kind of works.
like I liked it. It's kind of like the NDI software, except you can't run it on anything that's enterprise grade.
No, I'll give you that, Jimmy. You definitely always were. You were all in on the dream. You're like, let's go. I trust it, and let's go. And just, you get it, and you're like, damn it, it doesn't do
except for the software part,
Right.
and it works as long as you have elevated privileges.
it. Right.
All right, number 3.
Okay, go here.
It's not my. Oh,
It's the last one.
Here we go.
This might be a run-on sentence, so
Maybe.
I kind of just went with it.
So
I'm
far
just
it
gonna.
Shows a run-on sentence, man.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing. So, what we're going to see is some major manufacturers are coming out with the self-commissioning AV system, right?
Almost
that
had that on my list.
that uses AI to auto-tune rooms, and then it's going to self-label each IO on every network port, on every strand, what the cable label is inside the DSP or whatever widget, and then it's going to generate as-builts, and you can print them off in 11 by 17 or whatever other standard
Well,
you want,
that
and
one-
then
Can I print them in A4?
then
These are
once
gonna be-
the once
these are
it's
derivative
once
delivers from my
it's-
WYSIWYG, bro.
once it's auto-tuned through the WYSIWYG, it's going to automatically invoice the customer. And
No, it's
then
not.
and then when that shit fails, then it's going to send an email to your
gonna get- it's gonna
integrator
go to the
and
ticket.
consultant
Yeah.
to let the consultant know, because the consultants care so much about the support tickets after the fact, right? So they're going to email the integrator that, hey, maybe we need a human on site to commission this. And then they come on site. They don't tell the client.
We spent that.
And then
budget
they
on
walk
this AI.
around with like these gizmos and stuff and things in their hands to monitor, and do all their things that
called a
AI
cell phone.
failed at.
Tools?
And then they're going to leave. And then the AI engine's going to auto invoice them again for the human optimization part.
So what
of-
you just described is the mass MCP-ification of multiple AI and agency things stacked together to deliver and supplant you as an
to
integrator.
do exactly what we were doing anyway.
do a
Because
worse
remember, the human's back on site at the end to fix it all.
Well, wasn't that's
Justin,
just the
one
help
thing-
anyway?
One
So
thing
we
you
went through
say-
all the AI stuff just to like go back to where we were originally.
So you didn't mention in that process of what the auto commissioning thing is going to do. When
It's going to do it all.
Well, it tunes. Well, hold on. It tunes the room. It adjusts all that. It labels all its outputs. What is it then going to send the ticket to your support desk that say that it failed?
If,
No,
if you have
it didn't
paid for that
fail.
integration, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
it
you
will.
got to. It bypasses the help desk. Help
Will it
desk get out
start
of the
a
way,
story?
and then it goes straight to the
Contribute to
integrator.
an epic.
Goes right to the integrator. Integrator gets it. It's like, oh, looks like we got a service invoice, not a ticket, but an invoice that we have to go, right? And then payment.
Can we go ahead and
Cash.
skip ahead a year and say that this is BS and move on?
Well, I do like the idea of the auto commissioning stuff. I mean, that we've already seen companies.
I don't like your
buy and
negativity,
other ones out
Jamie.
there. We'll see.
I think this
I'm
is
with
going to
you
happen.
on this dream, Justin. I think we can get there, and we're close. We're closer right now than we were at the beginning of the show. I'll tell you that.
So you're saying,
The longer
quote-
his sentence went,
to
the
quote
worse it
my
got.
good friend Mike Brandis, we've never been closer.
Never been closer.
Never been closer.
All right,
I'm with you.
Jamie, predictions, go.
less technology will be a trend.
I like it.
That's like my first one. That's gonna.
Wait, like fewer boxes?
That's gonna
No,
happen.
all the
No.
way around.
Just
I
in
think-
general.
I think we are
Simplification,
we are gonna
eradication,
Yes, I think
The term is ludification.
inshitification.
That's a great way to put it. But I do believe that that especially in learning spaces, folks are getting to the point where they are overstimulated by technology, whether it's AI, whether it's all the cameras, whether it's and I do think that we're going to start seeing this trend of instead of having TVs everywhere, they're going to go back to like, do we even need it? Is this necessity? Now, I think it's two parts there. I think one of it is there's technology everywhere. How do we disconnect and actually have a real conversation? The second part is
Whoa,
financial.
whoa.
Oh, my bad. Human interaction.
If Larry were here, he would be like, well, let's talk about the student engagement here. Are you saying that there's a place and a need for folks to be able to do this type of work without the crutch of technology? Is that what you're leading me to believe, Jamie? That somehow the human at the middle of this whole thing is important?
I feel like, yes. Yeah, at some point, we're going to start seeing a refocus of the human interactivity.
I dare say the sage on the stage becomes relevant again.
No.
Okay. So we're not engaging people who are maybe smaller groups or something. We're going to put away the laptops, put away the phones, and let's engage in this human practice of communicating with one another and sharing ideas, and then go home and log in and do all that other shit I told you to do.
There. Yes, we're going to kind of see that.
No, it's not the flipped
independent
classroom. I know what you guys
learning,
are thinking.
That flipped classroom is the old way of thinking about it. But no, I do think that with AI, it's always writing term papers, and the way that we're going to start having education go is that we're grading term papers that are being written by machines, and are the students doing anything? So if we start learning on the project and the individual learning paths, when do we set all that down and look at it and say, well, how did that work for you? What did you learn from this, right? Or just get away from the damn screens. And I don't know, it'd be interesting, but I do think that we will.
This is good. I'm going to tweet all this. Hold on.
On the second part, and probably a bigger part of this, is not necessarily human experience as much as financially.
There's a space. There's a conversation around low tech, no tech.
We're going to start seeing that financially we're going to have decisions being made of saying, no, we're not spending that money there.
So you're saying that the reduction in technology or the reduction in technology-enabled spaces or whatever that might be is going to be driven both by pedagogy as well as by financial.
Well, I don't think,
yes, I think it's a
Justin's
trend.
like, I'm living it right
to
now.
dissect Chris's words here, I don't think, I mean, what's going to happen is you're going to end up like me. You're not going to have spaces with no tech. You're going to have spaces with 20-year-old tech that you're going to have to figure out how to maintain until it dies.
Where are you?
Because you're not going to remove it.
That's just a marketing problem.
They're just going to say, don't refresh it.
This is just room classic.
You may not,
Yeah,
you may
it's
not
just-
refresh it, but you may also go into new buildings where typically you might put in a full-blown conference system with all of the cameras and the beamforming microphones and BS, and they're like, no, just one display, that's it, be done.
Well, I don't do that today. So.
I think
and
that
remote.
So
there's
a
an element of that that's
reduction
true,
in
though.
technology isn't necessarily mean no technology.
No, I think it's the right fit. I think through all the stuff we are learning and all the new language and technology we're putting in, we're finding out that there are spaces and times and in syllabus and curriculum that do not require all that. So there is a need to not necessarily treat every single room with rich technology when they just want to foster discussion.
Rich
so why
technology.
why overinvest in that?
Fancy technology.
So
No, you're not wrong. I mean,
yeah.
It's called seminar rooms. But
Let's put a camera and a display in there. Make it an active learning seminar room.
active learning seminar room. We're going to move the tables.
Yeah,
So.
exactly.
I had somebody ask me that the other day about a conference room space, and they said, "Does this camera auto track?" I'm like, "Do you have people actively moving around in a conference room? Because I mean, I guess it could."
Doing a dance in this room.
What they meant was just to show who's talking at the time. But the way they phrased it, I was like, "I guess we could do that. Why would you want that?" But anyway, so.
As I walk up and down behind people in the conference room. to make
I
them feel
pace
really awkward.
during meetings. I got to walk, so keep that camera tight. All right, Jamie, go ahead.
That's really the only one I've
That's
got.
it.
You only had one?
No, it was two,
Well,
Two.
I tried to
Okay,
split
okay.
it.
but they were very
No,
like.
it was.
amalgamated.
I mean, because I could rehash the. Yes, I still think DV LED is going to continue to grow a market share.
Crush
in
all
our,
enemies.
in our areas. But I mean, we've already done those. Who cares?
Okay. Now I do have a list from our favorite person who's not here right now, Larry.
Larry contributed.
Larry contributed. Larry did his homework.
Yes, he did. He always does.
So
Man,
Larry said,
whenever
ready, Justin?
I'm absent,
Are
I'm
you
like,
ready?
F it, man. Those guys are on their own. See ya.
All right. Well, it's the big prediction show. So Larry is busy wiring computer labs right now. So we wish him well in that endeavor and his forthcoming.
I thought he was building furniture.
Wishing that
Whatever
we had a
he's doing.
reduction in
It's a
technology
fine line,
at this
man.
moment.
It's a fine line.
Larry, his three predictions that he says are, or he gives, educational technology innovation will be most evident in the LMS, not in the classroom. We'll see accessibility and AI-directed learning integrated into the LMS, and campus resources will follow that innovation. So it's going to be software-driven from the central LMS, not necessarily from the physical devices in the classroom.
So you're seeing already with the whole
I believe that.
accessibility front. It's at that LMS level.
Well, and there's some announcements.
This was for last year, though.
from
No,
Instructure.
this is for next
No,
year.
this is next year.
Next year. Okay.
These are his
okay,
new
okay.
predictions.
So
New
like
predictions.
Instructure is with Canvas has started saying they've got new AI engines and everything else. No, I can see this.
It's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, he said, as the replacement cycle post-COVID starts to hit the planning phase. What? We're gen past that, Larry. So, anyway, Larry's a planner. As it starts to hit the planning phase, schools will start to simplify basic learning designs. Jamie, spot on.
Jamie.
Not every room makes a good HyFlex experience, nor every course designed in such a way that such a way that hybrid works. So why put the budget for it in every tier 1 room across campus?
Is this new?
No, it's not. I
figured
mentioned to you
this-
guys this summer I installed rooms that didn't have hybrid capability because they didn't need it. So, whereas
This
2
is
years
kind of
ago,
like
it would've been
saying the
everywhere.
grass is going to be green next year.
He's hedging. He's placing safe bets.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then finally, and this one is true because I'm already doing it, so I'm ahead of you, Larry. Campus will start to reduce the number of computer labs.
Already doing it.
Yeah, and Larry says that he's looking at spinning down 2 already. I've already taken 3 offline in the last year.
Larry is literally not here because he's building new computer
Building
labs.
labs. Larry, stop doing that and your prediction's true.
Just
Anyway.
decommission it right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Bother.
Just do the first half. Take all the stuff out and then just leave. Done.
You're saving time. I mean, just take the stuff in new boxes,
go
right
ahead,
to the
put it-
landfill, put it in there, and that's like the cycle of
Take it
life.
out of the box, put it on a pallet, wrap it in plastic wrap, and ship it to surplus. We're good to go.
All right.
All
So
the middle part goes away. Way less tickets.
So my prediction. So that's we got everybody right. So now my turn to wrap this up. So my predictions for 2026. And Justin, you talked about this. Mark, you talked about it. And I guess we've all kind of on the same thought here. A major control manufacturer, and you know who they are, because there's only like 3 of
Major?
them. A major control manufacturer.
One of the big ones,
One of the big guys. One of the
like the
big
ones that
dogs.
try to control everything. Those ones.
One of the Tronicises
Tronicissize. Okay.
will announce an AI or an AI, like a fully AI, or an AI like enabled cloud monitoring system.
Isn't that already happening?
No, this from the major players, sir.
The major ones, the big ones.
No one's marketing team has already claimed this.
Well,
Have you talked to any of these folks lately?
Like that's shocking to me. Like someone's had to have
it's not
claimed. I'm not saying it's real. I'm just saying that have they not claimed it yet?
I'm saying it is a fully no shit AI enabled system from the ground up. Not we
what would
stack
it do?
GPT on top. I don't know. That's their problem.
Oh, okay. Are you talking about like agency? Like we're going to predict that thing is going to break and we're going to fix it for you and reroute your
Predictive
traffic over
maintenance
here.
would be fantastic, and no one has come out of the gate claiming that. There's a lot of the little guys who claim that and then can't deliver on it, as
some
Justin
that
has been
I'm
dealing with
running that
one of
have some
them
of that
recently.
stuff.
When you start getting into like real world scenarios, they don't. No. If I had to like really lean on a prediction on this one, I would say it's going to be a company out of Anaheim that starts with an E and ends with Extron. But just because theirs is the farthest one afield. So anyway, we'll see.
Okay. Will it
I
be
have no
agnostic
information.
though?
No, absolutely not.
No.
It's going to be the same
Why
problem.
would they do that? Especially Extron.
And that's the
Crestron,
problem-
Q
that's the
says
problem
none
with
of them,
all of the
yeah.
big ones is they claim, oh, we can talk to third party and through SNMP
Not
and
really.
API and blah, 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 blah. No, it doesn't work.
Green light, red
Oh,
light.
they can. They
Green
just-
light, red light.
Not well.
But will this be financially responsible to deploy, Chris?
No,
Probably
absolutely
not.
Okay, just making sure
It
we're
will
all on
be-
the same page.
it will
Making
be
sure that
priced
this will not
more than
scale.
the-
Yes. Okay.
This will be priced such that only the 3 richest kings in Europe can afford it. So
Can I interest you in free?
you can, but they're not interested in that. So
I'm skeptical of free.
We'll give you the first device for free.
anyway, so I'm just saying we're going to see a wholesale
That's a little
ground up.
better.
We did an entirely new system, whatever. Not we took our existing one and tacked, an LLM on top of it. I mean, a ground up. Here's a whole new thing we've been working on. So anyway,
Why am I? Okay.
Okay.
All right. So does
Next.
this thing have to work, or does it just have to become
Doesn't matter.
an
It just has
existing?
to
Got to be out there. You got to be able to
It
buy
It
it
just has
if you
to
have a
come
large
to
enough credit card.
existence.
Yep.
It just has to happen.
Yep.
Okay.
okay. Next, Dante AV, whatever of the 72 flavors you like, but
Nope.
what's the common one? AVH, the whatever. Dante AV will start to grow as the de facto other non-big guy AV over IP deployment, and not from those big players. So the same big players who we buy all our stuff from, the same 4 or 5 people, they're not going to be the ones driving. You're going to see a bunch of the little ones that have some level of interoperability between them because they're all using similar protocols. Those are going to start to drive, like when you're doing AV over IP and you're not doing, NVX, NAV, whatever, QLAN.
I still want to see it on displays and projectors. That's the big one. Until that happens, it doesn't really matter.
I can't believe I didn't think about this because I believe that this is correct.
Justin, could I interest you in an upcoming line of displays from a major display manufacturer that has SDM modules that would have this sort of capability to just
I've seen the SDM modules. I've seen the multiple manufacturers of what that's saying.
I'm not big on those SDM
Talked
things.
about it yesterday.
But
I think
maybe
I don't know.
the discovery, the routing, everything makes sense about it. It was just a question of access and scalability, and some of these little manufacturers, possibly from the Outback,
I got a stupid question.
steakhouse.
has made that different. And
Can you
I think,
send?
I wish I would. I agree.
Can you send control protocols over that?
Yes.
Yes, you can, sir.
You
thought-
can. It doesn't mean the
okay.
SDM is going to pass it to the display, though.
It doesn't mean all the devices are going to behave. It's like HD Base T with their 5-player that supports
Well,
7
you
different
still
protocols, and they
even
sort
if
of
you
work.
have to have a widget on the other end. I mean, it's still
No
doing all the
widget.
things
That's the whole point.
let's-
Like then what?
Well, I'm not.
That's
That's your prediction, not mine. I'm
Yeah.
simply saying the protocol, the ecosystem, will start to become the like. If I'm not
Yes.
doing one from my ecosystem platform of choice because I only know one manufacturer's parts, this is going to be the second choice.
I want to believe this, but I also want to say it doesn't matter. My prediction is that just this actually ends up not being a thing because it won't matter.
When you say doesn't matter, what do you mean by
Wait,
that?
wait,
Because
why?
the content doesn't matter how it's delivered?
No, I still think that this is like more of a 3-year thing for me, though. This year it's not going to count. I think this whole pushing AV around networks is a thing that's coming to an end.
That's your prediction, sir.
I know.
And that's some,
yeah, but
that's
It's
some white nonsense.
It's
Get
out
that out of
there.
here. All right.
we're talking about next year, not next
Yeah,
millennium.
but that's why I don't. I
think
it would
there's-
take so much development to get this even into next year. I think ultimately,
It's already there.
No, I think we're going to see
if it's just
proliferation
SDM
of said
compatibility with
devices.
AV or Dante AV, okay.
I'm going to see it on projectors too.
All right. This one I came up with this morning. We did talk about it a few minutes ago. I'm going to solve, and this is a me problem, my medium conference room debacle. My medium conference room conundrum, I guess is a better term.
What is this problem that you all are trying to solve?
Here's the problem with medium conference rooms. We've talked about this before. To
It's
build
just
a small-
price. It's price.
Yes, it's very much a price thing and a complexity thing, to Jamie's point earlier. To build a small conference room, 8, 10, 12, 14 people, whatever, small room, your
Just
conference
outside a
your
sound
conference bar of choice on the wall, small PC or not, laptop connection.
Doesn't
easy.
cut it.
You can do
By
those
like
all
2 to 4 people. You're
Hold
like, what
on,
do you
dude,
do?
it's my story. You can do that all day long, super easy, super cheap, works great. I can build big classroom systems that cost $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 all day long. They can become very complex, and they cost an arm and a freaking leg. There's a huge gap in the market between the small conference room space and it's a full freaking build for those rooms that are too big for a conferencing bar of your choice. Yes, you can add. There are some that add microphones. There are some that can work in concert with other cameras in the room. There is not a good, clean system that does this yet, and several manufacturers are getting close. But there's not a good, clean system that does this yet without becoming either Widget Town or it's some sort of weird room system thingy that sort of works until they break the software that drives it, or that costs an arm and a freaking leg. And that's one of the challenges here is a small conference room you can do all day long, relatively inexpensively, $5,000, $6,000, whatever. You get into medium conference rooms that require more of this stuff, and suddenly you're in that $15,000, $18,000, $20,000, $25,000 range, and that's a big jump. So this is a me problem because
It's weird. Like, okay.
you haven't
We've had this
solved it.
discussion before.
Well, yeah,
You're
we
gonna
have.
come out and say we have the buy-up medium conference room. No, too much crap in that one. That's a full integration.
But what did we? So I want to make sure we have we're going to take things that don't count towards this because everybody's screaming, "Oh, I can take my sound bar and add this extra thing to it." That's not what you're talking about, right? Because that's not. That's not it.
It doesn't. That gets you
Maybe. And
partially there.
I will say maybe because I've tested 2 of those and they do not work well.
Okay, so take that off the shelf. So you want?
I'm not saying I'm removing that form factor. I'm saying it has to be something we took 3. Because think about a small conference room.
Are you thinking like single box? I open it up, bolt it to the wall.
No.
Philosophy. Okay.
I mean,
Not
that would be
necessarily.
nice.
What I'm saying
Or
is
what
the
if I bolted it to the
simplicity.
ceiling? I don't know. What do you want?
The simplicity and low cost of a small conference room. Oh, I bought these 4 things. We did this, and we're in and out of there in a half a day, and everybody's happy. What's the thing that's just a little bit more than that, but serves those slightly larger rooms without
there like
going into I'm getting out
expectation of
ladders
price?
and doing all sorts of yes.
Yeah,
there's
that's
very
the whole
much an
I
expectation.
think
thing
that's
is
the
price-driven
secret
thing,
sauce.
yes.
So what's your threshold of acceptability in this fictitious medium conference
12
room
to
market?
15.
We're doing that though.
No,
But you just don't like the count of stuff though. So you want less
Yeah,
stuff.
it needs to be less.
easy to install, and you guys don't charge for installation,
That's a you
so that's
problem, buddy.
cheating. So anyway.
Okay.
So I will just say to add on to that, I've seen ones from Neat that are getting close, but they're not there yet. I've seen ones from Logitech of all people that are getting close, but they're not there yet. QSys has some stuff upcoming that may or may not get us there. Biamp sort of, but Biamp goes to Widgettown immediately and is now.
I think they.
You know
all do.
what?
Yeah.
I don't want to say this, but I'm going to just because I'm about to test it. We're about to find out.
All right.
Nareva might.
Okay.
Nareva
And
might
I
be
think
it.
I think that's valid to come from a corner of the market that we weren't expecting.
It's one thing. It's massive though.
It's bigger. That's what I'm saying. It's
huge, but it's
designed
one
to be that
thing,
bigger.
and the cost is there
Yeah.
for what you're buying and what you're getting. Now, does it work for that size? Well,
I want to
we'll
define
see.
this space because I think this is an interesting conversation. We'll probably spill over into next year anyway. In my mind, it's slightly larger than 20 feet deep. Is my furthest
Yeah,
person
I
at that
would-
table.
Yeah, you got
That's
like
when
a
everything
98
starts
in the
to
front.
fizzles out for me.
because who
that
goes down
20
and
feet
sits
is
at the-
all shits out.
Yeah, who goes down to the far end of the table in a larger conference room that seats, let's say it seats 16 or
Right.
18 or whatever. It's the chair, it's the dean, and they're the one who paid for it, and they sound and look the worst.
That's where it is because 98s are, I think, with 3% element height, I think they're around 25, 26
That's it.
feet
It's
back.
that spot.
So when I have a conference room with a 98-inch TV, the audio is like, I wish there was something better here. Like
But that's when I've scaled up into the DSP. And
Yeah, and then
Now,
it's like,
now, now you are in full integration land.
But the price,
Yeah.
it kind
Your
of
pricing
scales at
isn't real
5,
world
10,
pricing.
15 for me. That's like kind of where it falls. And
Your
so
pricing isn't real. You don't
yeah, if you're not
charge
charging for labor, there's a lot more labor there on those,
Anyway.
medium size versus small.
So,
Okay.
I'm just saying,
whatever.
I'm hopeful that this year I will find a solution to that. And I'm hopeful because there's a couple that look like they might be it. Anyway.
Well,
does it have to
we're
have
gonna
a certain
find out.
badge on it before you trust it?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Making sure.
AVSF
See, I think-
acknowledged.
Yes, you're going to want to get in 2026 the AVSF acknowledged sticker on all of your product.
If it's not badged, AVFS acknowledged.
Just when you
it
buy
can't
that,
exist.
just put the
It just
sticker on
can't be there.
yourself. Because we acknowledge everything as a product.
All right. I also said here for 2026, a big, and same sort of thing, a big display manufacturer who we all know their names, and by which I mean the LGs, the Samsungs, the Sonys, etc., is going to
Yes.
introduce, and I'm going to build on one of Jamie's comments from a couple of months ago. They're going to introduce widespread commonplace. You're going to start to see a lot of this home DV LED systems. And yes, I know you can get a home DV LED system now. I'm not talking about your $200,000 8K nonsense. I'm talking about I saw it at Costco or at Best Buy. They're going to introduce a home large, like, those 100, 115, 120, whatever DV LEDs that is going to thus drive the price down for the all-in-wonders for the rest of us.
Do you think it's going to be one of those where you build it like Lego sets? They're going to have to like fit it in the trunk of a Taurus again and figure
I
out how
think
to
it's
get
going
it
to be
home.
based on DV LED. It's going to come in 4 boxes, and it's going to
it's gonna
stitch
be
together
big
that
panels?
way. Yep,
Yeah.
just 4 panels you're going to put
It comes
together.
in 3 boxes, Mark.
Yep,
A red,
exactly.
a green, and a blue. You get the
Well,
it's still going to be priced at a point where that person's probably going to buy the installation.
it will come with
service.
it. Yeah, you have the service people come over and do it. So
And
So
maybe.
Sully and Paul
'cause-
come by and.
And
will-
so
I
you're
will add
talking
it.
not Hisense, like the ones that release.
Maybe Hisense.
Well, I mean, you could
Hisense
argue
could be the one that does it, actually.
Well, they have a similar thing from last year. Now I
they
don't
have
think it ever.
LCDs, not LEDs. I'm saying specifically for the
that one was micro LED.
That's just for the back lighting. It's an LCD panel. I'm talking about direct view LED because most importantly, the widespread manufacturing of such will drive those prices down.
And this will make the conversation of why can't I just go down to Best Buy or Costco and buy these TVs and put them on the wall all that much worse coming up into the future, because we've already had enough of it now. It's
luckily this will
worse.
still be priced at a point where they're not going to be able to do that, but still. Anyway.
Well, they're going to say, "Oh, I can go get that 125-inch one down at Costco right now." This guy,
it's only
Justin
16
has
grand,
no
so.
idea what he's talking about. Yeah, the one he wants me to get's like $34,000. We can go get this one right now for 100, whatever. That's why we don't bring him these conversations. He just makes everything complicated.
So that's my general prediction for 2026. A couple other real quick ones. Zoom's video management platform will mature and eat the lunch of Kaltura, Yuja, etc.
Are you talking about Zoom Hub?
I don't know what the hell it's called. Their video management thingy.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
They have a branding problem, but
Do they?
yes, Zoom does, because Zoom has too many things. There's many Zoom things.
Too many
but
products.
There's just Zoom the name. I will also predict generically more of our colleagues are going to work from home and do even less.
Whoa.
True. And then I'm gonna
Wow.
reprise
attacked.
I'm gonna reprise two that I bring up multiple years in a row. Again, Crestron's going to announce 10G AV over IP and act as if they created it.
It's not going to be real.
And also QSC will buy Visionary. Finally.
You're going for it, huh?
I'm still on that one.
I think that's past.
Man. Yeah.
If that was going to happen, that was going to happen like last year or the year
Last
before.
year.
All right, that's all our nonsense then for 2026. Anybody got anything else?
Yes.
I don't know if I learned anything.
More alignment of big brands with our schools at large. More of that.
Like Pepsi?
Sure. Whatever it takes to keep the doors open
Welcome to my Pepsi
is
classroom.
going to be
Yes.
out there.
This one's my Dr. Pepper
As
classroom.
budgets constrain, we will do radical things to keep revenue.
We'll start selling
Intact.
the soul of education.
This is my Mountain Dew classroom in Eastern Kentucky.
Why are yours all based on
Code
software?
red.
Wow.
Yeah.
Teddy's over there screaming.
There.
He knows. He knows.
Why are you making fun of me?
Mark, are you thinking specifically like the brands that we deal with? Or are you talking about just like big promotional money coming into the schools?
I think you're going to see
Equity partnerships.
Yeah, you're seeing it in the sports.
You're
I think
starting
it's
to see it
only-
in
it's
sports
gonna
already.
Trickle into the education piece. I think you're going to see these alignments, these brand alignments.
There he is.
There it is, right there, right? So
How did
KFC
you
classroom. That's right.
How did you guys manifest Teddy Murphy on the call just that fast? So,
that's how it works.
friend of the show, Teddy
Power of
writes in. He
technology.
says the KFC classroom.
Yes.
If
That's exactly right.
if it gives us an
Papa
influx of
John's?
cash, then so be it.
I would like to see the first KFC classroom not in Kentucky.
It's finger licking good, buddy. Let's go.
I'd be mad.
Be mad.
I'd be mad. Louisville should, the Papa John's classroom.
Yeah, I think
That's
what
where
I'm saying.
Papa John's corporate is.
Are they based out of Louisville?
That's, huh?
They're based out of Louisville.
Louisville, yeah. Louisville.
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 We're talking about raw engagement
BC
here,
comes
folks.
out of
This is
nowhere.
raw
Louisville?
engagement.
Louisville.
This is an important
You got to
subject.
swallow it. Louisville.
Apparently, KFC needs to start ponying up some checks.
Yeah.
'cause
There is a lot of interest. So, friend of the show, BC Hatchet writes in and says, "KFC classroom, you have my attention." So, KFC corporate, who is owned by
Secret
Taco
spices.
Bell or Yum or somebody like that,
Hey,
reach out.
KFC's worldwide. Like it is the number one restaurant in Grenada, whatever that country's called.
Where are you coming up with these Jeopardy facts?
no,
I was down there. and
KFC Taco Bell is
they
actually
have
the
just
number one fast
Saturday
food in
nights.
the world.
Saturday nights, all the locals line up and get their date night at KFC. It's the wildest shit ever. It's
In Bowling Green?
no
think.
Grenada, that place, that country down south.
Like Camp Granada?
Yeah, sure.
If that's what it takes.
Friends with Colonel Sanders. That
So, I
means
mean,
BC Hatch is just old.
If you get that
That's all that
KFC
told. That's all
money,
that told me.
and you got to put the kernel on your projectors and LED walls, then so be it. If it keeps the doors
Finger
open.
licking good.
All right.
Yep.
You guys are just this is we're
We got there. I'm glad.
This is the most engagement we've gotten in weeks.
since the
All
last
we
show.
had to do was
Bring up
mention
chicken.
exactly. All right.
Well, we'll be
Get us
back
outta
next year with more nonsense predictions. See how well we did. But in the meantime,
Happy New Year.
Back
Happy
next
New
week
Year.
with another show for you. Thanks for putting up with yet another episode of AV SuperFriends On Topic. You can contact us with questions, topic ideas, or general complaints at avsuperfriends.com.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
The opinions expressed by the AV SuperFriends are solely those of the individuals and do not represent their respective institutions, organizations, companies, or clients.